Talking about the website monetization, this is a classical sales funnel. You might know that you have a lot of visitors coming in somewhere on your website, and you try to convert them at the end as a sale. For example, using WooCommerce to try to sell something. What I find interesting about website monetization is thinking about other methods. So, for example, you could try to already monetize users coming to your website without performing any action, like when they visit, just have a look at an ad. You could use Google AdSense. How many of you are familiar with Google AdSense? Okay, not that many. So it's the main cash cow for Google is selling ads online. And Google AdSense is a way for publishers to put ads on the website so that you can make some money from that as well. And it pays mostly for clicks on these ads. Or you could still sell products, or you could use affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is when you recommend a product on your website without selling it on your own. Very popular is using Amazon affiliate ads for that. One thing when people try to monetize a website, either by selling a service or putting ads on it, what they get wrong is relevance. Relevance is more or less when the user's intention, the thing that they think about solving when they come to your website, when it aligns to the content of your website, so meaning that you have some kind of solution, and that aligns with the ads or offers you have on your website. So if you want a basic formula, you can put it like this. So the user intention is the site topic, is the offer you're presenting. I'll give you a bad example for beginning. And it's actually my own website. So I told you we had millions of ad impressions. We really needed them because relevance was not working out well for us. So because one of our offers was helping you solving crosswords. You know crossword riddles? Yeah? Do you have them in the papers as well? Yeah? So you're sitting on a weekend morning, drinking your coffee, having a newspaper at the end, there's often these crosswords, and you don't know all the answers, do you? So what can you do? You can Google it. Yeah? And when you Google it, and you do it in German, most of the cases, of course, in my case, you find my website. First recommendation in Google for most crossword clues. And then you go to the website, and it looks like this. In the middle, you enter the search term. For example, you're looking for a Roman emperor. This is the English version, we have German and English version. And at the bottom, you have the solutions. And you have two ads. So you're sitting at your coffee table or kitchen table, drinking coffee. Are you interested in buying a razor? Or are you interested in getting 30% discount on a product not even mentioned on the ad? Of course you don't, because it's not relevant to you. And that's the biggest problem when you try to monetize your website, that it's not relevant for users. And this was a hobby at first and became very popular, and we had so many ad impressions that eventually someone clicked on an ad, so we made money. But if you are about to start such a project, don't copy that, because it's really a bad business model. But I want to give you a good example as well. Actually, one of my colleagues, he's traveling a lot to Morocco. He writes about his experiences. And this is an article about some waterfall, some site there in Morocco. He does everything that he's writing about, he does himself. He books his tours, he buys the products that he reviews. And you can see above of this article is an ad actually offering other tours in Morocco. So it's a good chance that people who are looking to go to these waterfalls or to go to somewhere in Morocco for vacation, they might also look to book something else. So this is relevant. At the end of this article, he does not only have AdSense, which takes care of the ad content automatically, but he also has manually placed affiliate offers at the top for booking these tours that he just described. So if you are hooked, then you can buy them right away. And also for booking your accommodation if you want to stay near to it. This converts very, very well, even with only a few visitors. Well, a lot actually, but not that much as other websites. And Side topic is not even that important. So I mentioned Google AdSense. They are actually not only analyzing the website that you place ads on, they also know more about you than you might want them to. It's called retargeting, so you probably have experienced that as well. When you go to a store interested in maybe buying some razors, that you see this razor ad everywhere else you're going on every other website. So this is retargeting, meaning that sometimes the site content is not so much important because Google shows you ads that you might be interested in. It's a good thing if you don't happen to have a website solving a direct problem. Here's an example of that. I can visit, it's the biggest email newspaper I've read, right? One off. But at least it's showing me an ad that is somehow relevant to me. It's in German, health insurance. Don't really need to visit that website, but it's still relevant to me because Google knows that I'm probably not a good reader yet. Relevance is also about hiding. You probably all know these pop-ups that come up when you visit a website asking you to sign up. They are converting quite well, but only if placed right. For example, if I look for a solution, like some online marketing solution in Google, I find a link, I click on it, I want to read the article, but then I suddenly see this sign-up form. I'm not going to click on it because I'm not yet hooked. I don't know if your website is saying it's worth it giving you my email address if you can solve my problem. What you could do if this is yours, you could wait a bit, like let them at least read half of the page, or trigger this if the website the visitor is leaving, but not show it too early. If you have a store, I want to recommend this article. It's a long read, and again, you can download the presentation afterwards. There's this company who analyzed why Amazon is making 6 times more than their competitors when people perform a search. So you look for a razor again on Amazon, and you could do this on Walmart.com or Etsy.com. But it's 6 times more likely that you buy on Amazon because they have more relevant search engineers, and they don't have it by accident. They, according to this article, employ more than 800 people just to make sure that the search results are relevant. I'm selling a plugin now, so not really that much. You can search for the plugin. But after reading this, I made sure that our site search is really optimized so people can find their solutions. I don't have 800 search engineers, you probably don't either. So there are 2 things I want to recommend to make sure that your site can be more relevant to users. The first thing is site search. Search console. This is something from Google. If you have a website, you should really sign up. Your data is already there, so there are no privacy concerns. It just shows you how your website is doing in search engines. And the interesting part of this tool is it also shows you for which keywords that real people are entering into Google search. Who sees your website. So for example, for us, it's obvious that advanced ads has a lot of impressions in Google search. But our website is also ranking for the term AdSense. And we get over 1.4 million almost impressions in Google search. So 1.4 million people typing in AdSense and seeing somewhere in the list of end results advanced ads. Of course, they don't click on it because it's not relevant, so I'm really skipping most of these results. Most of these users normally look for the AdSense account, and I don't have a solution for that. But there's also people looking for a specific solution that we offer. The ads.txt file, if you use ads, you should know what it is. Don't just skip it. But it's a feature that Advanced Ads takes care of. And of course, I will try everything to bring this keyword up in search results for our website because it's relevant to people. I have a solution to offer to them. And actually, this is free. I use this to scale our word search website as well for many years. I really just looked at the keywords we're ranking for and tried to increase that. It's amazing. It's not helping with the ranking, it's just telling you to do good. And the other thing, especially for WordPress, it's easy to set up. It's in Google Analytics. If you use Google Analytics, it's called site search. You can combine the search on your website that comes with WordPress to analytics. And it also tells you what people who are already on your website are looking for. In our case, you see, they are actually looking for this TXT feature. So again, we should make sure that we have it, and we need people looking for it to the right page. Something I'm also talking a lot to publishers is where to place an ad. And most of them, especially those who just got started, they have a new blog, they read somewhere that they can make money with a blog. And what they actually do is they take a lot of time to write the content, and they even sign up to AdSense and they place an ad, but they place it somewhere in the footer. So no one is seeing it. If you rely on visibility of offers, like whether you're offering your own services or you put ads on your website, you really need to make sure that the offer is visible. Otherwise, people will just go click on it. Surprise. And I could talk about this for another 30 minutes, but if I should condense into just one suggestion of where to put the first ad on your website. And your website is maybe looking like this, a blog post, some sidebar, maybe not even a sidebar. Then it's this position that is obvious here. It could be here, could be maybe here, doesn't matter, but important is at the top of the main content for two reasons. First, it's visible. People are clicking or seeing your offers when they are looking for the information they can search for. And if you have a blog, they will read the blog post. They will not read some content, not look at the calendar. They will really look here. With our word search website, people were looking at the tools, so we made sure that the ads were placed next to the tools. And the other reason is this position is also visible on mobile. If I visit this website on a mobile page, I will not see the sidebar. And a lot of publishers just work on desktop. They place the ad here, where it's visible and somehow converting well on desktop devices, but it's not visible on mobile. And mobile is 50-60% nowadays. So don't bother too much time optimizing ads here. There's also a question about whether you should put ads on the homepage. I really look for random pages. I didn't want to favor anyone. This is the homepage, classic, having various articles mentioned, and they hide the ad here. In my opinion, they shouldn't bother because of what I just told. It's a sidebar and will be not visible on mobile. But also in most cases, I see many publishers putting too much effort placing ads where actually no one is looking to do anything. And your website, especially for blogs, is not the page that gets most visitors. It's your content. People are looking in Google for solutions. They come to the article. They don't come to the homepage. So maybe before placing ads, actually I tell our publishers to check Google Analytics if it's worth to put something on the website or this particular page. There's a good tool to see what your visitors actually do on your website, where they click. In general, it's called a heat map. I personally like hotjar.com. I'm not affiliated, I just like them, but they are countless other offers as well. It allows you to see where your visitors are actually clicking. So this is a support page from our website. I can see that most clicks actually happen here. So meaning that when people look for support, they are not lazy and just contact us, but they are really looking, making an effort and trying to search on the website first. And then you can, of course, start moving elements and see how these numbers improve. And I also liked Hotjar at the beginning because it was the cheapest option and they really evolved. Another problem I often meet is too many call to actions. So you all know these websites that have a pop-up and then 3 ads visible and nothing else. The story behind it is not always simple, like, okay, this is a greedy publisher just doing it. It's often desperation. People start with a small blog, they write some articles, they put ads on it, but people might not click, or only a few people click, and they get desperate because they spend so much time on it. So I understand where it's coming from, but it's still not doing you any good, because people are, if they see too many options, are not really clicking all of them. This is one example, again random, where you have so many offers and ads and I don't know, custom sold events and other ads that you don't even know what it's about. So what do they want me to do? Only if you cover the ads, you see, okay, it's a newspaper, and they actually sell subscriptions. Yeah, not visible. There's also something like accidentally having too many call to actions. So this website I visited for the first time, and they asked me to sign up with my browsers to some news. Of course, I clicked no because I had no chance to look what they have to offer. But then they also have this privacy information, which is becoming more and more important, and then they have an ad. The takeaway from this one is, once in a while, check your website in a private browser to see if you're a new user, see maybe too many call to actions and irritate users, and try to solve it somehow. This is a good example of a call to action. They have a lot of buttons, but they all do the same. And you probably know WP Forms. I personally believe that they are doing a lot of tests, so if you do something in the plugin business, copy a bit. It's a good example for having too many different call to actions. So they are all here in the middle. And this is an ad. It's most prominent for me, I would say. It's in red and it's so urgent. So I might click there, but it would lead me away from the website. They actually also have an app, which is probably their most important feature. But again, if I click here, then I'm going away, and then I can learn more. Just think about what you want a random user to do. If you want them to leave your website, or if you have an offer that's maybe more interesting to you, also to convert them later. And another note here is, if this is an app and it works on my mobile device, why did I see this on my desktop? I could have just maybe swapped this for something else. And this is not even also a good ad. There's a format called link ads in AdSense, and it's kind of needs 2 clicks to make you money. First, people click here, maybe free Bitcoin. Then they see a list of potential ads, you don't make any money, and then they need to click on the ad again. So it's harder to convert those users into paid clicks by AdSense. Here's a suggestion what you can do if you have multiple call to actions and make multiple placements. You can just rotate them. So for some visitors, show this call to action for this one in this position, and then just swap it. That's the easiest solution. It's actually a good test setup. So you should, if you have multiple call to actions, just randomly show them in different positions and then analyze where each ad did best. What I prefer even more is having a setup where you think about what makes sense to which user again. Let's quickly jump back to the other example with the Bitcoin app. Show them the download the app call to action only when they are on mobile devices, otherwise they would not be able to do this. Here's just a random example. You could show newsletter sign-up form from people who come through Google so that you can actually get them back, because when they leave again, you don't have access to them. So try to hook them with the first action. But if they are already on your website, open another page, you could show the most important offer, whatever that is, and only if they either did this already or you have a different reason or just for testing, show them another offer. And you could do actually show 3 different call to action. That's the same placement. And I like to talk with publishers about this. So just talk to me after the presentation if you need some ideas or want to brainstorm with me. This is what we are doing as an example about this. I mentioned the ads.txt feature already. We have a manual for this, of course, and a lot of people are coming from Google already. And only to visitors coming to Google, we show them a download form. No one else is seeing it. They can download advanced ads, and then, of course, hopefully, most of them fill it out, and then we have them as users. But if you come through a link in the plugin backend, you won't see it. Sometimes it's interesting to think about switching your business model. So, for example, from showing AdSense ads to selling something or to recommending products. I have a friend who did this successfully. He had a business selling paper folders for applications. So when you apply for a job, it was really like physical product where you put your CV in and you send it. It was just a nice paper product. Of course, it's not very expensive. He didn't make so much money from the product, but he started to blog about the topic of applying to jobs. And the blog became so successful that he put ads on it. He made much more money from these ads than from his product because it was a cheap product. And actually, people who try to apply for a job are looking for other solutions as well. And websites on the website were able to power that. And he didn't have to run the logistics for the other office. It was a win-win situation for him. And to go back to one of the original slides, you can think vertically, so switching, for example, from displaying ads to selling products, or that's maybe an idea if you see that ads, or actually advertisers might reach out to you to buy an ad. That's a place, that's a time when you should think about offering selling ads directly. Of course, you could switch partners, so you could, instead of using Google Ads, use another network. I just have Media Ads, one of the biggest competitors, but there are a lot of others. Especially look for networks that are local and maybe in your niche, so in your specific topic and not too broad. And there's one trick to help you selling products is using Amazon affiliate links or Amazon affiliate ads. There are some ads that are self-optimizing, meaning that you can put it on your website and Amazon will try to figure out what users are interested in. You can then look at the reports from Amazon and see what people bought. And this gives you an idea which products you can actually directly offer to them later. It's some self-optimization and trick. Don't mix business models. So there are a lot of examples where people are actually selling something and show an ad. Best case, this is a relevant ad, people are clicking on it, but they are still away from your own cart because the ad will open in this site, in this tab. And that's not good. So either you sell something or you don't. And especially if you happen, for some reason, to have ads on the website where you're selling stuff, don't show the ads in your cart or in your checkout. And this is happened here, because this is where people are actually already decided to buy something, so don't lead them away. And this happens more often than you think. So to sum up, what I'd like to think, or I hope I gave you some ideas for testing. I know it's a lot. Just if you have some ideas you need to bounce, talk to me after the presentation. I suggest you to test a lot, to test different placements, different vendors, etc. That's what we did, and learn from it. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.